what's up, Killas? It is your final girl, Mel, and this is my Killer Podcast. Yes, this is the first video of 2023 that I am doing in my new room. Things look a little different around here. This microphone hopefully is not gonna stay here, but the lighting is different in here, the acoustics are different in here, so I have some tweaking to do, and the only way to do that is to just dive right in, start making some content, and then tweaking things as I go along the way. So hit me in the comments below and let me know. How do you feel about the movies in the background? Or how do you feel about the mic placement or the lighting? What do you guys think? I would love to know. Today we are going to be doing something extra special. The second annual Physical Media Awards. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. It truly is just an honor to be nominated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today for this super special video. I'm super excited about it. I've been dwelling over these picks the last couple weeks now. Do have a few disclaimers to start off, but first, if you're new here, I am not only on YouTube, I am also on a bunch of other social media accounts, so kill the description box below and hit those links and follow me everywhere. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and kill the bell for future content. Now for the boring stuff. Disclaimers. It's kind of silly that I even have to talk about some of this stuff, but unfortunately, I do. So, disclaimer number one, all the movie awards that show up in this video are of my own humble opinion. I did not take any polls, do any reviews, didn't do anything like that. These are just my own opinions about what movie releases this year I felt really killed it. And this is all physical media releases this year. I'm not talking about new movies, theater movies, any of that stuff. I'm only speaking about the physical movie releases that came out in 2022. Disclaimer number 2. Yes, this is a physical media awards show. Most of the awards that are given away here are going to be, in part, packaging. I know that hurts the ears of some of you. Basically, this physical media awards show is just to celebrate the companies that are going above and beyond and releasing these movies that we absolutely love in the best quality that they can be in. These movies that get these awards, it's based off of the packaging. It's based off of the artwork. It's also based off the transfer, the title itself. Is it a brand new Marvel release, or is it something that came out in the 60s that was completely remastered? It's also based off of the special features and all the goodies and all the hard work that they put in the background to give us even more with their releases. That's what these awards were based off of. So hopefully I don't get too much guff for this show. Last year, I didn't even think about it. Last year, I put out a physical media award show, didn't even care. This year, for some reason, it matters. Shouldn't matter. People can buy whatever the fuck they want to buy. Well, as they say in the theater business, on with the show. So first and foremost, what I want to do is go through some honorable mentions, because there are some really groovy releases this year that deserve a mention, but, you know, maybe didn't win the award. But there's also some really bad releases this year. None of the really bad releases are actually winning anything, but maybe they didn't win the bad release award, but they should be mentioned. I'm going to start with the worst of honorable mentions. And starting off, I would like to talk about Arrow's release of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This should have been released in a groovy limited edition box set, but no, this is what they did. They released the 4K bare-boned standard and nothing else. This is unfortunate. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is such an amazing movie. It is a shame that this didn't get a limited edition box set. However, when you were on Blu-ray.com, it looked like it was gonna get one. So when I ordered this, I thought I was gonna get one. I figured it out before my order actually shipped, processed, and came. Unfortunately, this is what we got. But you know what? I love this movie, so I'm okay with having this. Yes, I will buy a movie that doesn't come with a slipcover, contrary to popular belief. Did I coin the phrase no slip, no dip? Yes, I did. But that is merely just for fun. Do I prefer a movie with a slipcover? Yes. But will I buy a movie that doesn't have one because I love the movie? Yes. Next up, we're going to talk about Scream Factory's release of Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2. This gets a worst of honorable mention because this was marketed a little weird. It came with the posters, it came with all kinds of like other goodies that the normal collector's edition releases should have come with, except for it doesn't have a slipcover. It was just really weird, this release. And last but not least, unfortunately, and this breaks my heart that this even falls in this category, but The Lost Boys regular 4K release. This artwork is fucking terrible. I honestly just go with the original artwork if this is what you're gonna do. Have a test market. Ask people if this is good artwork. This is not good artwork. This is terrible, awful garbage. That is actually it for my worst of honorable mentions. Last year I had so many more. This year I don't have very many. But that's a good thing, right? Like, if I don't have that much to complain about in physical media world, then that's gotta be a win in some way. My stack of honorable mentions for best of is quite large, so that's also good. We're gonna start off with Arrow again. Arrow has two I want to mention, and that is the release of Wild Things and the release of True Romance. So these both came in these hardbox collector's editions. They came with all the goodies, the booklets, the posters, the lobby cards, and all the things. Wild Things had a groovy steelbook release, which was very beautiful. True Romance also came with a groovy steelbook release. However, I just grabbed the standard because I liked this artwork better. But these are both amazing releases from Arrow. Keep up the good work, Arrow. Then we're going to move on to Vinegar Syndrome. Of course, they were going to be on the list for best of honorables because they released Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in the most groovy release ever. Not even sure this movie warranted such a beautiful release, but it got it. This amazing artwork, and then you pull it out. It has a 4K edition on the inside, this amazing slipcover with original artwork, the artwork on the back with some spot gloss. Just really beautiful release here from Vinegar Syndrome of TCM2. But then they went even further and released this. Yes, this is Roadhouse, but look at this artwork, man. They went above and beyond with this release. Oh, goodness. I know that their VSUs are usually in this amazing hardcover case with the little ribbon on the inside and the magnetic thing on the outside, but I mean, you can't deny this artwork is just outstanding. And then the movie itself comes with this slip, and then the inside, you got that immaculate artwork as well. They knocked this release out of the park for sure. They nailed it big time. And I bet you're wondering why this one showed up in the honorable mentions. It did not win the overall best of award, and I'm sure you're wondering which one did, but you'll have to wait until the end of the show to find that out. Hit me in the comments below and take a guess what you think was the overall winner. All right, next up, we are going to do some Scream Factory. Yes, Scream Factory didn't, poo-poo the whole year. They had some pretty groovy releases, and one of them being Return of the Living Dead. This is one of my favorite zombie movies. So the fact that they put this out on 4K with the original artwork, I picked this up from Scream Factory and got the poster because this was it was too beautiful not to have. Look at this. Oh, so groovy. So groovy. There are some special features on here too, so this is an amazing release. I'm super excited about this one. I'm gonna move on and give Second Sight a shout out. I didn't actually pick up either one of these releases. However, one of them I am on the hunt for, and that is The Witch I wish I would have nabbed that one and I didn't, and I really hate myself for it. I'm hoping I can find it later, but that release was a banger. But also Dog Soldiers was a banger. I didn't pick that one up because I picked up the Scream Factory one instead. However, Second Sight's release is clearly better. Next up, we're going to talk about Criterion and their release of Night of the Living Dead in 4K. The fact that they went back and remastered this beautiful movie from 1968 is amazing. I love it when studios put out these older releases because it is so easy for movies to get lost in time, and I can't tell you the list of movies that I have that are just stuck on VHS or stuck on DVD, and we have not seen them get treatment like this. So Criterion, keep it up. Then we're going to go on to one of my favorite releases of the year, and that's Kino Lorber released Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This is a soul pleaser for me. This movie hits me in parts of my soul and in my heart and in my brain that no other movies really do. Jim Carrey is amazing in this movie. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. I can't live without this movie, and now I have it on 4K from Kino Lorber. I'm getting teary-eyed. Next up, I want to give a shout out to Blue Underground for their release of Dead and Buried. So this gets a best of honorable mention because they released this movie not only in 4K, and not only did they kill the transfer, but look at this amazing lenticular slipcover. And they didn't just do one. No. One release with one lenticular slipcover was not enough. They released this movie with 3, I believe, different lenticular slipcovers. So they really went above and beyond with the packaging for this movie. And not only that, but they killed the transfer. And there is a slew of special features on this release too. So nailed it. Next up, we're going to talk about MVD and their release of Disturbing Behavior. This gets a best of honorable mention, not only because the slipcover is one of their retro style ones, but because Disturbing Behavior has been lost for a while. This movie was OOP for the longest time, and if you wanted it, you had to pay the big bucks for it, and that was a bummer. But now, thanks to MVD, we have it. We have it again, and we can watch it anytime we want. Then we're going to go on to another one of my favorite releases of the year, and that was from Synapse, and that's Dario Argento's Tenebrae. So I picked up the regular artworks of this one because the limited edition artwork I just didn't feel was as good as this one. This one really appealed to me. It comes in one of those hard boxes. It has all of the goods on the inside. The artwork on the back of this is really amazing. I'm not going to show you because it is actually pretty disturbing, but this release is top notch from Synapse, and I highly recommend picking this one up. So nice work. Last but certainly not least, I want to talk about one of all of our favorite companies. I've never heard anybody talk bad about this company whatsoever. They're always praising their packaging, they're always praising their special features, and they're always praising their price point. And that is Vestron. And they released Dream a Little Dream. You guys know that I am a huge fan of the Coreys, obviously, but Vestron put out Dream a Little Dream. This is one of my favorite movies from my childhood. I just have so much nostalgia for it, but also look at the artwork on this. This is amazing. The slipcover is awesome, but the slipcover also has a hidden little gem in it because that picture right there isn't actually from this movie. So I feel like it was a flop on their part for having that mistake happen, but it's also kind of like a hidden little gem. It's just kind of a funny little talking point. And it's curious where the hell that image came from. So, Vestron, last but certainly not least, those are my best of honorable mentions for 2022. Knocked it out of the park, every single one of these. All right, guys, now we're getting into the part of the award show where we give away the actual awards for best of. And the categories are Steelbook, Slipcover, Box Set, Limited Edition Collector's Set, Boutique Label, and last but certainly not least, Won the Year. The one release that was the best out of every release put out this entire year. So let's get to it. First up and foremost, Steelbook. Best of. Steelbook that killed it this year. The best Steelbook of the year. This is going to surprise you guys, or maybe it won't, but that award goes to Fright Night. Fright Night's artwork on this Steelbook is all time. Yeah, it's original artwork, but sometimes nothing beats a good old original piece of artwork. And Fright Night had some of the best artwork. Look at that. Not only that, but there was artwork on the inside. There was artwork on the discs themselves. There is a slew of special features and some new special features. And the transfer on this movie was very good. And the audio, I don't normally talk about audio because I don't have the most glamorous system to watch movies, but the audio was so perfect on this movie. It was almost obnoxious. Steelbook of the year. And I hate even doing this. I don't even want to call out or give light to the bad stuff, but we got to, right? Because we want these companies to realize the things that they're doing wrong. So, Steelbook worst of 2022 goes to Nope. I liked the movie. The movie was great. The transfer was great. All the things were fine. But the Steelbook was terrible. It was terrible. There was like literally nothing on it. The artwork was bogus. Like, I understand that it had something to do with the movie, but I mean, even just the people looking up would have been better than what was on the cover of that Steelbook. So, worst of the year. So the next category is slipcover. Best of slipcover of the year. And that goes to Vinegar Syndrome's Girlfriend from Hell. Not only is this a hidden gem movie, a movie that could have easily been lost in time, but is such a goodie, but look at the artwork on this thing. That is so killer. It is so killer. I highly recommend checking this movie out, mainly because it's just a really good movie. You'll probably recognize this original artwork. The transfer is really awesome also, and there are some groovy special features on here. I do understand that this is technically a Vinegar Syndrome partner label, but since it all falls under the umbrella of VS, I'm giving it to them. Next up, we're going to talk about the worst of slipcover, and that goes to Poltergeist. A lot of these you're just going to see floating pictures for me because I didn't pick them up. I didn't pick them up. The artwork was just not inspired at all. They didn't even think about it. Original artwork for Poltergeist would have suited me just fine. I probably would have picked up the slipcover had it just simply have the original artwork, but it didn't. So I picked up the Steelbook. Next up, box sets. What box set won the year? Well, I don't think it's going to be any surprise, but Ghostbusters clearly won it this year. Not only is there 3 4K discs in here for each one of the movies, there's also a digital for the 4th movie. There's a book in here. There's also a separate digipack for the special features, and there's a cool light feature in this box set. They really nailed it with this release. And it comes with this plastic slipcover. And look at the box. This is awesome. It has this little thing here that you pop open that opens the box. And there's all your goodies. And then when you take your goodies out, there's a light in there. Look at that. Oh, that's just so amazing. You got your book. Look how big this thing is. All kinds of goodies in that book. Here's your special features discs. Artwork on all the discs. Each movie has a slipcover that's different with some really awesome artwork. Just really top-notch release here. So I feel like it should be no surprise that this guy won. We are cruising right along. All right, so next up, box set that did not kill it this year. Clearly goes to the Viavision Saw set. I didn't grab this set, but it was $300. You got, what, 2 or 3 4Ks in it. The rest of them were Blu-rays. It came with a prop, but the prop was a head trap for a cat. It was super small. It was super fragile. Almost everybody got them broken because they didn't secure it in the box. then people are having to get new ones, and the new ones are coming broken, and it's just a hot mess what's happening with this box set collection, and it's really unfortunate because there are also a lot of people out there praising it even though they themselves got broken ones, so that's unfortunate. The best of limited edition box set. This winner really hits me in my heart piece, and that goes to Zavi's release of The Lost Boys. Yes, it is no surprise that this release won an award from me because Lost Boys is one of my all-time favorite movies, so of course I was super excited to get this in 4K. But not only that, but this release comes in a nice hard box, has some interesting original artwork on it. It has the Steelbook in it. I actually kind of liked this artwork. That artwork on the inside of that Steelbook bad boy. I wish there was artwork on the discs, but okay. The information booklet is in the style of the comic book from the movie, which I thought was really clever. There's some good stuff in there. And then you get this little packet that has extra goodies in it. You get a poster, which I'm not going to open because I don't want to make the creases any worse than they are. But you also get these beautiful art cards. These are some of the most beautiful art cards I have ever seen. Like, they did such a good job with these. Oh, look at that. So this release was just, it was outstanding. It came with all the extras, all the goodies, some special features, just some really great stuff. Over the moon, excited to have The Lost Boys on 4K in general, but to have it in this fashion, amazing. Next up, limited edition box set goes to Four Flies from Severin for the same reason. It was marketed terribly. It seemed like you were going to get some big glorious box set and you didn't. It was just a movie with a slipcover. The price was outrageous. It was just egregious what happened with this one. All right, before we get to the physical media release that won the entire year of 2022, I do want to give away a Best of Physical Media award for the boutique that just simply killed it this year. And that boutique is Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome wins the award for just really nailing it. The movies that they released this year were insane. Some of them, Freeway, Drop Dead Fred, Villains, Dead Heat, Girlfriend from Hell, Roadhouse. They've just been killing it. And this year looks to be no different. Starting off the year with Sidekicks and some of the other ones that they have is already an amazing start. So super exciting stuff coming from Vinegar Syndrome. Their releases are always in beautiful packaging. They're always top notch. It's very rare that you even have to contact them with an issue. You don't see some of the stupid stuff that some of the other companies are doing with inconsistencies and all of that stuff. Vinegar Syndrome is just really, really nailing it. The boutique label that did not kill it this year, and unfortunately, I hate to do this, but Scream Factory. There was just so many things with this company this year between inconsistencies, lack of special features, the addition of the weird extra shipping cost, and the Evil Dead thing where it was on their site for a super cheap price and they didn't honor it. Just weird stuff like that happening all over the place with Scream Factory. They really need to get their crap together. So they lost this year. You lost. And last but not least, the physical media release that won it this year goes to none other than Drive from Second Sight. This movie had no business getting a release this insanely beautiful, but it did. What provoked Second Sight to release this movie in this fashion? I have no idea, but I'm glad they did because it's beautiful. Let me take the J card off for you. Here is the front of that release. There is a glossy finish. Here's the back. Here's the side. That is just absolutely beautiful. The color palette of this release it's amazing. Here's the inside. We got all of this groovy stuff in here. We got your movies right there. We got these art cards that are also really beautiful. Just absolutely excellent. We've got entire books of just all kinds of information. Like, look at that. Just thick books. One of these is even, I believe, just the actual drive book itself, which I think is this one. Just absolutely amazing. Everything is consistent. The artworks are consistent. The coloring is consistent. There's some special features on here. There's some special goodies on the inside. It's just this release knocked it out of the park. I mean, these distribution companies this year for 2023 are really going to have to bring it because this thing was crazy good. Physical release of the year. I hope you guys picked it up. All right, guys, that is it. That is the Physical Media Awards for 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Kill the comments below and let me know what all your picks would have been. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you greatly. If you want to help support me and my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girl. Share me with your friends if they would be interested in some award-winning content. Also, y'all got over to my Patreon to see what's crappening over there. And I look forward to this award show next year, so stay tuned and have a killer day. Peace.